What's up, Gear Mortals? Trey, Xavier here. On today's edition of Gear God's Quality Control, I have my good friend Justin McKinney from the Zenith Passage. How you doing, dude?
It's good to be here, Trey.
Good. I'm very excited because today we're going to be looking at the STL Tones Will Putney amp plugin. From what I've tried so far, it's incredibly sick. I brought Justin in to play some sick riffs while I dink around with the plugin, so we're gonna do that right now. Check it out. All right, so now we're going to check out the STL Tonality Will Putney signature amp sim plugin. But it's got 4 guitar amps and 1 bass amp, a bunch of cab options, pedals.
It's a grenade on there?
EQ.
Is it a fingerprint?
That's a great question.
It
looks like a grenade.
I want to say it's a grenade.
It's a grenade. Is it a grenade because this plugin is the bomb?
So expensive or explosive.
Explosive tone.
And probably expensive.
Just play us some fucking sick Zenith Passage riffs. And I'm gonna dick around with the plugin and see what kind of sounds that we can get out of it. I've played with it a tiny bit, and so far I'm very impressed. But let's see. So you're playing your DC6?
Oh, this is the K series.
K series.
Yeah,
but it's basically a DC6, right?
It's a DC
double
bevel package with a 7-layer neck with a cooler bevel.
Show us the layers.
Look at all these layers, dude.
Dang, it's like I can really feel the layers.
You can, huh? It's great.
Yeah, this is a very beautiful guitar. I remember when you first got it and I saw pictures of it and I was like, oh, it's so nice to look at. And it's these are the lithiums?
Yep. Covered
lithiums.
Yeah, dude, they're sick.
Cool. All right, riff it up. So this is like the 5150. We haven't done anything so far. It's exactly as it comes.
It's kind of crazy that you just turn it on and it does this. The noise gate's really good too.
It's real fast and very open and shut. Let's see what happens if I... Pretty easy to make it too much.
That's how I like it all the way. My guitar with it. That's great.
There you go.
You sound great.
All the way to off.
Yeah, that's how I like to play.
Usually one knob gates don't do that though.
Yeah.
Usually there'll be like a little bit in the front and a little bit in the back. Like it opens in an annoying way and then it won't close fast enough. But this one is just like instant super tight, because all of the bands that Will Putney produces, not all of them, but a lot of them are like that, just like super tight with super fast chunky riffing, and they want it to stop instantly.
It needs to stop when you want it to stop.
It needs to stop. The noise needs to stop. Let's see what else we got going on. Let's without changing any of the settings, let's just go to the second amp. Keep playing. This is some kind of a Bogner clone. It's automatically switched to EL34 tubes. All the settings are on 6.
Damn right, dude.
6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Except for the volume. Let's go back to 5150. I feel like this was just made for you.
So good.
It's like real tight.
Yeah, it's great.
Percussive. I know you don't like playing with like a ton of gain.
No, I'm not a gainy boy.
Not a gainy boy. Alright, I don't know what this one is.
More on the high end.
This one looks like it's probably the Mesa Boogie TC whatever, Triple Crown. I've never played one of the real ones, so I have no idea if this is accurate or not. It sounds good. Wow. Alright, and then the last one, this is obviously a VH4.
That's a good one.
I always thought the layout for these was really funny.
Remember those games you play in like the carnivals and you like had to shoot the water in like the horse races? That's what it kind of reminds me.
Yeah. You could practically just.
You can go to the races.
You could just like you could go to the races and squirt.
You could squirt water in your computer to change the tone settings in the parameters.
I wouldn't recommend that. All right, and then the last one is a bass amp. So not quite the jam for this. All right. So now, which one was your favorite so far?
This one, but maybe a little bit more gain on it.
Sure. Also, there's 2 channels. All right. So now let's go through and check out just with same amp, same settings, different cabs. I don't know what the cabs are. They're just numbered 1 through 5.
Maybe that's a good thing.
And then
non-bias.
There you go. Brighter. You ever notice that when you go from one cab to another, for the first like 3 or 4 seconds, all you can hear is the difference between the two, and the next one always sounds like shit.
It does.
You gotta wait and let your brain like forget the old one. Less high end, less of the really high end. Alright. 5. That's super into this one. All the other ones are good. But you know what? It's like, this is the kind of thing normally you'd be going through in a mix and testing them out, because like what it sounds like by itself is kind of important, but what it sounds like in the mix is the most important thing. So like, I think this is cool because, like, keep playing. So like, maybe you can mix and match. Like, even with just 4 amps, 5 different cab sounds, the number of combinations, I think it's 20. Is that right? 5 times 4.
I don't know anything about math.
Anyway, it's a bunch of different combinations. Somebody on the internet will do the math for us. Put it in the comments section.
All these make sense in a mix for sure. Like, you can just reamp multiple tracks and just like layer these, and they would all like make it sound really good. Like, they all work well together, it seems like. So
let's go back to the first combination, just the 1 and 1. Let's take a look at the pedals. So this says distortion, but it's set up basically like a tube screamer, I think. Oh, and plus it says TS9 or 808.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Don't die. All right, so in the pedals category, we have it says distortion, but I think it's basically a tube screamer. It's basically set up like an overdrive. So if we turn it off, just a little more wild bottom end. Add a little more low end, the low boost. In case you want more gain out of the pedal. Alright. You want to shred some leads for us?
Oh, God. Yeah.
like the make sound better pedal.
Dude, for real.
That's a good, the
enhancement pedal.
I feel like they must have put some time into like
Very
making the
user-friendly.
presets be good.
Yeah, 'cause it's like, you know how it is with a lot of like modelers. It's like you get such like crazy like option paralysis. It's like this is like click and go.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right, and then we get a little reverb. It's probably just a little too much. Oh, and then they've got a switch pre or post. You can have it. You can do that like delay into the front of the amp thing where it gets all kind of distorted and like explosive and gross. Isn't that what we all just want in the end? So that's like shoegaze style. Cool. All right. Beautiful. Okay. So if we go to the cab section, we can see the kind of cabs that we're working with. So play a little bit more. So this to me looks like a Mesa Boogie oversized cab. Oh, whoops! I changed the amp. And then this is, I don't know, that could be long here. Actually, that kind of looks like a Mesa Boogie too.
They're all Mesas.
They're all, it's 100% Mesa
It's
cab.
different Telex,
You know
so
what?
which one?
They're like completely nondescript. But I like the thing you said about like it's kind of better if it's blind.
Yeah, definitely. It's unbiased.
Because then you're just using your ear.
Because you're just like, yeah, I really like Mesas, so therefore it's gonna be sick.
Right.
I don't like number 1s or 2s, so you can't really use that against it. So I guess it kind of works, right? That Will Putney. That's
why they pay him the big bucks. I'm gonna load an IR of my own, which I'll find real quick.
Like way ahead. You can't really do it.
It's not quite fast enough.
I need a button.
Yeah, but how often would you actually use it?
Never.
All right, chug along again. So you can load your own external IR. So I've loaded one of the Trey ones. My personal favorite one for rhythm guitar.
Oh, this is the Trey one?
We
might be biased
Trey
on this one.
Yeah.
It's not numbered.
So we'll know.
Trey 1.
If it sucks, we're gonna cut this part of the video out. It's pretty good. It doesn't have as much low end.
It's a little more controlled, the other one.
Yeah. Or you can go through a bass cab.
This is my favorite one.
Oh! Remember we were like, oh, cab 5. I don't know, cab 5 kind of sucks. Not super into this one. It's the bass cab.
Good known.
Well, hey, but we got great ears, man.
You got great ears, you're right.
Cool, and then there's an EQ section. So a lot of the things that I'm noticing amp plugins like this are doing a lot these days is they're trying to make it as all-in-one as possible.
Totally.
So that you can drop just this on a track and it's gonna sound awesome.
Very productive.
In a mix, and then you can just make little tweaks and just go without opening up a bunch of other plugins. I've tried a couple like that. Some of them have all the features but don't sound very good, and some of them sound really good, but then you have to add a bunch of stuff afterwards. Now this one, I mean, if you're using this to mix with, you could probably add like a multi-band compressor and be pretty much done.
The workflow is very, very smooth on this.
Yeah.
You don't get like the details is what ruins workflow. So if you get crazy with option paralysis, it's like, ugh.
Luckily for me, I don't have to worry about that shit because I don't mix. But for recording, for making demos, I have to have something that sounds good immediately, or I get really distracted from the thing that I'm actually trying to do, which is write a song or record a riff or whatever. So this is pretty ideal. All right.
Totally.
So we've explored pretty much all the options for just the user editable basic stuff, but there are a ton of presets. So check this out. We've got Putney guitar tones. We've got Putney bass tones, which we're not going to look at because we don't have a bass at the moment. And then we have album guitar tones. This is the mother load right here. Check this out. These are guitar tones from 50 albums that Will Putney has done. One of them that just came out like a week ago. This is the Evergreen tone from After Burial.
Doesn't really work for me.
You're not tuned low enough? We had Trent in here recently. I was shocked at how much low end is in his tone. You know, people seem to think like gent bands and dudes who tune that low and play really tight, it's like really high pass or something. But like his had so much low end.
Dude, Trent is pretty damn good with when it comes to tone creating. Like when I first got my Axe-Fx, he's the first part I hit up immediately. Yeah. Because he's like so knowledgeable with tone.
He told us that he's been using that same preset for like 10 fucking years.
Really?
the Wolfcock one.
Oh, really?
I was lucky to play through it. We did a video like this, and I got to sit down and plug into it, and it was monstrous, dude. And this sounds pretty damn close, considering it's literally just a plug-in. Alright, let's see what else we got. From the Gallery of Sleep. Holy War, so that's gonna be...
Yeah, that's cool.
It must have been so much work to sit down and get all 50 of these. I don't know, maybe he made Kemper profiles of them and then...
Seems like it.
Something like that.
Or maybe they have some software that actually does like a spectrum analysis or something.
Could be. Alright, let's see. Let's find Dig Deep. That's a...
Whoa, dude.
After the Burial one from before. So much bass. Just gonna go through it. Deliverance? That's not the Opeth album.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I saw it, I'm like, wait. I was like, no way.
Probably not. Equinox. I wonder if he had to get permission from the bands to use these titles. It's amazing how different they are, but they're all really good. Like, spend like 5 minutes with each of these, and you'd be like, "This could be the sound of my album."
Yeah, totally.
You know,
dude. Very
but they're distinct. They're unique. They're recognizable, even if I don't recognize the titles of these albums because I don't listen to enough fucking music.
Hate, dude. I hope it's hateful. I could feel the hate flowing through me, dude.
Yes! Feel the hate flow through you. Absolute hope, absolute hell.
That's a fit, right?
Yes! I mean, I kind of feel like Will Putney likes the same kind of guitar tones that I like.
Yeah, he's definitely...
Because I like all of these.
I haven't had one... I mean, the bass, but that's a bass.
We'll grab a bass. I'll play some fucking bass in a second. If nothing else, I would say this. So, like, if they're album guitar tones, that means that they're pretty polished, right?
Already.
And that means, if nothing else, for making, like, super quick, really great sounding on-the-fly demos, you could just use these, like, presets, and they'll sound really good together, and you won't really have to do a whole lot else to them.
You wouldn't have to do much of this.
We have touched almost no knobs. We haven't.
No, it's just click.
We are not knob touchers.
No knob touching here, partner.
And we have gotten already a ton of crazy sick sounds. It says that the introductory price is $100. I have no idea how long that will last. I don't know what an introduction length is for STL, but this is crazy sick. Even if you pay the full price of $150. Yeah. That's really bonkers.
That's a bargain, if you ask me.
And of course, you can just do whatever the hell you want. So this is like a 5150, the most ubiquitous amp in metal, probably. It sounds just like a 5150, but with no bullshit. You know, I think we're living in the golden age of modeling. I keep saying that in my videos, but I really think it's true. Like, this stuff is getting absurdly good. So far for heavy music, I want to say it's maybe the best one I've used so far.
It's out there, man. It's good.
But the sick thing is that they're all starting to sound about on this level.
Yeah, most plugins, it's like, I mean, there's like a lot to this one, which is great. I mean, especially for what you're paying for, dude. You get so much crap out of it. But yeah, like most amp plugins now, it's like, you're like, whoa, that's not an amp plugin. You're like, yeah, dude, that's an amp plugin. You're like, no, dude, that's not an amp plugin.
And then you're like, yeah, dude, it is.
It's an amp plugin, dude.
And then he's like, it's not an amp plugin.
It's an amp.
And you're like, it's an amp plugin.
Don't lie to me.
I think a lot of people don't like plugins because they're like, oh, it doesn't sound the same. It doesn't sound real. When what they're referring to is standing in front of a full stack or a half stack that's blowing a bunch of air at their crotch and like not feeling the air moving in the room. And it's like, yeah, but if you stick a 57 in front of the cab and it's in the live room and then you record it and listen back,
same concept.
It's gonna sound a lot more like this. But this is a very polished version of that. And
believe me, we played amp plugins quite a bit.
Yeah.
Faceless. That's all we played, dude.
Yep.
And this, like, man, if this was out when I was in the band then, that would have been pretty freaking groundbreaking.
Well, I'm goddamn impressed.
I'm goddamn impressed myself, too.
And there's just so many different things in here. But it's pretty easy to use. It's intuitive. It just looks like an amp. It's got all the same knobs as the amps that they're modeling.
It's got grenades on it.
It's got grenades on it instead of the logo because they don't want to get sued, you know? You can't get sued by the Grenade Company Incorporated.
Grenades Incorporated. Cease and desist.
And like, even within each of these amps, you can do different tubes.
Oh, that's cool.
Try different tubes. So if you consider the amount of combinations of pedal settings, just the kind of amp, cabs, the cab tone, your EQ, and then the different tubes that you can choose, that's got to start to number in the hundreds or maybe thousands of possible combinations. Or you could just pull up a preset if you don't want to tweak too much. You just pull up a different preset, find one that you like, and just fucking go.
Yeah, this is like, dude, for $150, man. It's like, buy Kemper or buy this.
Yeah.
And you get the same results.
Yeah. I like this because, sure, you could buy a Kemper. Like, Kempers are sick as hell, no question. There's a Trey Xavier Kemper pack that you can buy. I don't own a Kemper, like, but it's, you know, some random kid in the Midwest who doesn't have $2,000 to drop on a Kemper and probably isn't playing gigs because he's 14 and he sucks at the guitar, or he's probably way sicker than us.
Most 14-year-olds.
And he wants but most 14-year-olds have shitty tone, and they could pay $150 and not have shitty tone anymore. Like,
correct. Then they'll be better than us completely.
This would be then
We're just gonna
Well,
quit.
actually, we probably shouldn't publish this video because that kid's gonna put us out of a job.
Yeah.
All right, let's go through some of these bass tones real quick. Now, there's only one bass amp, and that's obviously some kind of Ampeg SVT.
It's a grenade. Yeah.
It's a Grenade brand SVT clone.
Trey on bass.
All right, so this is just a clean bass. Boring. Bright scoop clean. I should tune. Here we are testing out the tuner. This is the most exciting part of the whole review.
It works. No batteries needed.
Okay, so that's a nice bright scooped clean sound. Vintage pushed bass. Okay, vintage pushed bass. Modern pushed bass.
Ooh, push me, partner.
Push it real good. Rhythm.
Feel the low end of my soul, dude. I feel pushed.
Let's just
gritty.
jump right into the heavy stuff. That's quite heavy.
What's that gritty one?
I like it. It's nice and gritty. It's not too gritty.
Gritty McPherson.
But they're going. It's becoming more and more.
What's the extreme?
Let's just go all the way.
Let's go.
Aggressive scop. Pretty sure that's supposed to be scoop.
Aggressive scat is what it should be. I like aggressive scat. Extreme.
Extreme! It's pretty extreme.
That's pretty extreme.
Let's check out a couple album bass tones real quick. So these are not quite as many, but 1,000 Mile Stare. Is that Vanessa Carlton's 1,000 Miles, you think? Can't nail that shit. Who knew that Vanessa Carlton was such a talent?
It's the most tech riff out there right now.
But these are pretty devastating. I mean, Coma Witch. I guess I figured Coma Witch sounds like a doom band, but I don't know what that is. I feel like bass tones are a little harder because 99% of the time, if I'm recording rhythm guitars, I have the volume and tone all the way up, and the guitar sounds like it sounds, and that's it. But the bass, at least this one, has all these tone knobs and everything, and I'm going to set them really differently depending on what's going on.
Yeah. I only need one knob.
You only need one knob?
So
yeah.
I get do bucket heads.
Most of my guitars only have one knob, too. I don't give a shit about a tone knob.
I don't even need knobs or strings.
I've enjoyed your riffs quite a bit. Can you show me how to play some ripping Zenith Passage riffs?
We shall riff.
Let's do it. Transition! Transition! Oh, that was fun. What did you think of the plugin?
That was great.
You played a bunch of awesome Zenith Passage Penis Passage riffs. Penis Passage riffs. Now we're sitting here with two of your really enviable Kiesel guitars. I'm very excited to be able to play your amazing looking Vader. What is this, Bird's Eye Redwood or some shit?
Yeah, it's the Redwood Burl.
Redwood Burl.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing that existed. And then this
It's a flame maple.
flame maple, but it's like gold colored.
Yeah, it's the cooked flame maple.
Cooked. And this is the Vader X because it's got the
trim.
Whammy bar.
Whammy.
Cool. And then you've got your K
K-series.
series.
Good old ebony top right there.
Does it weigh a lot because of the ebony top?
Honestly, not really.
Not really.
It's not as heavy as I anticipated it to be when I first got it.
I love Bird's Eye Maple. That's my favorite fretwood.
Definitely my favorite.
Fretboard wood. fretboard wood.
On my PB&J guitar, I got the same thing but baked. It's just a good damn wood. And then the backside's all nice too. Look at that. It's glistening in the light.
First of all, before we get into any kinds of riffs, why don't you just tell us a little bit about what's going on with you? What's new in the world of Justin McKinney and the Zenith Passage?
Well, I've been writing some stuff, you know. I've been developing toys for children. Writing children's music for children's toys.
Wow, that's what you do for a day job.
Yeah, and then I write death metal at night. It's really, really weird contrast.
I feel like you might get in trouble if you accidentally confuse the two and you show up, you know, you're prototyping this new toy and you're like, check it out. And it's like, this is for the Norwegian edition of this child's toy. You know, in Scandinavia, they come out of the womb
with axes covered in blood, just taking over the world.
Yeah. You kind of recently reissued the first Zenith Passage EP.
Oh yeah, we had it remastered by good old Zach Overend.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
I'm glad you like it.
I don't want to say that the first time it didn't sound good.
No, it didn't sound good.
But it sounds really good now.
Yeah, it's actually listenable now. You can hear what's going on.
But like that's a typical like first release issue. Yeah. I wouldn't want anybody to listen to my band's first couple of first thing. You know, I mixed my band's first EP, and it sounds terrible. I had no business trying to mix anything. I didn't know it was like a thing that you had to have like know how to do, you know. But
I was just clicking buttons too.
Yeah,
the same way.
Yeah.
And then we got signed. I was like, whoa, what the fuck.
And then they were like, yeah, we're taking that job away from you, and we're gonna give it to this professional.
You can stop that now.
Yeah.
Don't ever do that again.
Yeah.
Oh, you fired.
You fired. And it's called Cosmic Dissonance.
Cosmic D.
If they want the Cosmic D, where do they find it?
You can go on Bandcamp. You can go on to the Artisan Era website or Bandcamp and get all those sick vinyls they got and merch. We got reprinted merch. Everything's reprinted. It's all freaking sick. Great. And then we will have new material, 2 new materials soon. I'm working on 2 materials.
2 materials?
2 separate materials. Yeah, it's pretty...
This is my excited about materials phase.
Yeah, it's great. I want to get it out. But life is in the way.
Oh, man. That's the curse of the kind of music that we play. We got to have day jobs.
Yeah.
And then at nighttime, we work on the best music in the world, which is metal.
And then we go back and write children's music.
You get to write children's music.
And then we come back and incorporate it into new death metal.
I have to demo pedals for fucking nerds.
Dude, that's great. I would much rather do that.
Really? Do you want to trade jobs?
Just do it. We should do a segment and we just trade jobs.
Try each other's jobs.
Like this whole place catches on fire. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing.
What's up, Gear Mortals? Justin McKinney here.
It's like the camera falls.
Fuck. Long story short, you're going to teach me how to play a riff. Which one is it?
I feel like the popular riff is what I get most questions for as well, is the opening riff for Deus Deceptor.
Let's do it.
All right.
Show me how it goes. Boy, what have I gotten myself into? Before we even go there, let's I'm gonna give myself a stay of execution by asking you a couple questions. So first of all, tuning.
Drop C.
Drop C, which is
step down, D standard, then a drop of that. So
okay, so it's C G C F A D. Okay. And then what gauge strings are you using?
So I'm using a custom set from Dunlop, the Nickel Brights, and I'm using a 11, 14, 18, 32, 42, 56.
Okay.
Since it kind of compensates for the tension with a thicker gauge string since it's dropped. So it kind of helps balance it.
And this is a standard scale length, 25.5 inches.
Yeah, 25.5 jumbo frets.
Gotta have them.
You gotta have them.
All right. Well, that's all I got to keep myself from having to start learning this riff. But I'm ready now, so let's do it.
It's not the left hand you got to worry about so much as it's the right hand.
Okay.
So you're starting off here on the 7th fret, and you're just doing an octave. So
how many hits? Okay, so we're chugging just on this note, and then when we strum, it's both notes. Oh. Ah!
There
okay,
you go.
Got it.
And then we go up to the drop C, the top C, rather.
The bottom string?
Whatever string that
whose
is.
name is C. We shall
C
call him
this.
C. Okay.
And then
just single notes.
Yeah.
Oh, a nice major triad.
Yeah. Yeah, so the fingering is what makes that turn easier. So I just do it like ring, middle, then.
What are you hitting?
I'm just hitting. Usually, I'm just hitting.
Okay.
Or actually, rather. Yeah. I'm usually hitting just the C and the F.
Okay. And then?
And then. So, you're here on the F string, 3rd fret, pretty much just descend, rather. 4th fret.
Little diminished guy?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then you're going to come right here, and then you're going to slide on the 1st fret and 2nd fret, starting on the G string.
What is it?
C string, 5th fret. Yeah.
So we went.
Then he's gonna pretty much follow triads after that. And go to 5th fret.
Five. Okay.
Yeah. So after we go from the minor triad kind of jump, and then we hit triplet. Then we jump triplet, 5th fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret. Yeah. It's kind of like a call and response thing where like I'll start it off like then Rob goes, and then yeah, good old minor seconds dissonance. So after you do the, and it's just like 3rd fret, 2nd fret. Yeah, so you do silence, and that's just the first variation of it.
Let's do just the first variation to start.
Well, that's just the first variation because you're waiting for the other guitar to do.
Okay.
So. That's just the second one. So it'd be like. That's how it would be in its entirety.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then it starts over again at the octave of the 7th fret.
Let's go back to that where we started and see if I can remember any of it. I mean, I'm not gonna try and play it. I'm gonna have you show me all of that again. Nice little 5th mode harmonic minor thing. No, it's not. Well, a little harmonic minor something or other. Snipperino.
Minor
And
third.
is it just one hit? 2 hits?
Yeah, you're right. Teach me how to play my song.
It's tech. How I need to do math.
So bum 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 bum, and then bum bum. Just gotta wait for.
Yeah.
It's a triplet. And then
Dun, 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 like that?
yeah.
Oh.
It's on the up. Yeah. And then you go back and repeat it again. It's the same thing all the way through up until we get to the part we just worked on. And the second variation of that would just be play what the other guitar is playing. So
Oh, okay. Open. Like
open.
Ooh, that's tough. Just those 2 notes?
Yep. And then that's the riff, and then you transition with.
Shit. Well. Shit, dude. That's a whole lot of riff.
It's just a right arm burner.
I'm feeling it. I warmed up pretty good because I knew you were coming.
Oh, you got it. You got
And
it down,
I don't think I can play it all together, but I have all the pieces.
we can do it in post.
We'll do it in post. We'll just chop me up, time stretch, and expand it. It'll be really obvious cuts, and then I'll just go, I did it with the help from Justin McKinney. I did it with the help from Justin McKinney.
Dude, with the work of magic.
The work of Isaac.
Isaac.
With the work of interns, we can do anything. Not that Isaac is the intern. He's not the intern anymore. He started off as the intern, so, we got him in the mindset of being an intern. And then we're like, all right, now we're going to pay you, but you're still doing intern work. You're still our bitch. None of this would be possible without him, so.
Hooray for Isaac.
Thanks for being our bitch. The best part is he has the power to cut this out. He's going to be editing this, so we'll never know. We won't find out until the final product goes up whether or not any of this is in there.
He can cut it to where he can piece together words that we say, and we can just come off as really big pieces of shit.
Yeah. Luckily, we don't pay him enough to probably do any of that stuff, so we're probably safe. On today's edition of Gear God's Quality Control, I have my good friend, Bitch.
It's good to be here. Big pieces of shit. Clean vocals fucking suck, dude.
I have to destroy the environment, Bitch. Anyway, long story short, follow the Zenith Passage on all social media relevant places. Whatever garbage you're putting out, I'm gonna buy it.
Oh, I appreciate it.
And you will too. You know you will.
I hope you do.
Please. I mean, look at how long it's been since this man has had a haircut.
I know, I can't even afford a haircut, man.
You
I got
know?
split ends, dude. It gets in my strings.
He can't afford Pantene or
It's
anything.
like my natural muting.
Yeah, you never heard of hair muting?
Yeah, you think fret wraps are sick. Check this shit out, partner.
Suck on that, Groove Gear!
Follow the Zenith Passage on LinkedIn. Send us your resume.
Send him your resume.
Because I need to find a replacement for myself.
That's outsourcing, dude.
Yeah.
He made the mistake of reading the 4-Hour Work Week, and now he's going to outsource himself. He's going to be sitting on the beach somewhere collecting royalties for Zenith Passage.
PBR.
While there's a stand-in, looks just like
Must
him.
use hair for fret wraps.
Well, I mean, I've just learned one of your riffs, so I could basically stand in for you.
You should.
Here I thought I was going to be gunning for Rob's job, but
you need my job.
But really, I'm going to take your job. I'm not going to take anybody's job because that was one riff. That was just one riff from one of your songs, and I was struggling. So if you want to be tech as fuck, pick up some Zenith Passage releases.
Pick them up.
You fucking little dick. You think you're fucking better than me? You think this is easy? All right, cool. Well, hey, dude. Thank you so much for coming. This was super fun. All the guitar sounds you heard today were from the STL Tones Will Putney plugin, which we discovered is really fucking good.
Freaking good. That Will Putney.
Yeah.
That Will Putney though.
So you can check that out on the STL Tones website. It's pretty reasonably priced, and I was very impressed by it. So if you haven't already, mash that subscribe button and hit the bell for more reviews and original content, and hit the like button if you like anything that you saw.
Like button's like right there.
It's good. There's a little thumb, and you just
You
boop.
hit that.
You know,
Subscribe's like right
the thing
here.
is, it doesn't specify what it is that you liked about the video that
Yeah.
that you push it.
Just
You know,
like
if you like
right
Justin's hair, if you like my lack of hair, if you like these pretty guitars, just hit the like button.
And then
It'll be great.
subscribe's like what, like right here?
Yes, it's right here. So hit
Right
it
here.
for more reviews and original content, and we'll see you real
And
soon.
then the dislike button is like right there.
I
And
kinda
the X
negativity.
button to close this is right there.